Okay, 2022 deferred question 4a and 8a. So it says a line L and a curve C have equations as follows. So this one is the linear. Now, how do I know this one's linear? Well, because this one doesn't have a squared in it. So it's just X and Y and number. This one is the non-linear. In this case, it's actually a circle. So we have a circle and a line. So that explains why there is points, plural. There's an intersection point there. Now, how do we do it when it's a linear and a non-linear? Well, we rearrange the linear and we put it into the non-linear. So pick the easiest rearrangement. So it doesn't matter whether you rearrange for X or Y, because X is already, just a 1, then it's easier, I think, to plus 1. So what I'm going to do now is I place it with that. So this 1. Now this is 1. You still have your 4y squared equals 1. If you think you're going to forget, it might be no harm to just keep highlighting this until you have it all multiplied out. 3y plus 1. And then again, you have your 4y squared plus 1 or equals 1. So that's 15y, and I'm left with 0. Now you can do the minus b formula here or factorizing and the null factor theorem. So you're more than welcome to use your minus b. I think just given the numbers here, I'll do my factorizing. So I'm going to take out a 3y and I'm left with 5y plus 2. So 3y is equal to 0. So y is 0 over 3, which is 0. 5y is equal to minus 2. Y is equal to minus 2 over 5. Now, so what I've discovered is that one point of intersection is 0 and the other is minus 2 over 5. So basically, we figured out the y part of each intersection, but we haven't found the x part. So we go back up to the rearrangement. Now, if y is 0, then that means x is equal to 3 times 0 plus 1, so x is 1. So in other words, I've discovered that one point is 1, 0. Now, on the other hand, if y is minus 2/5, well then x is equal to 3 times negative 2/5 plus 1. So I'm just going to use my calculator here. So 3 bracket negative fraction, which is 2/5, and then plus 1. So that gives me minus 1/5. So minus 1/5 comma minus 2/5 is our points of intersection. Just going to double check now, just because they are fractions. I just want to check that I have the correct answer there. Just checking my exam papers here. So deferred 2022 question 4, wasn't it? I just see there now. Okay, so that should be 13y squared. Sorry, so that's, I said 15, but that should have been 13. Sorry, I just want to adjust the end of that then. Okay, so sorry, 13y squared. I had said 15, but sure, it's not 15, obviously. So, right, so that would have been factorizing out the y, 13y plus 6. So y is 0, and the other option is minus 6 over 13. So what happens over here is, actually, sorry, that still stands then because y is 0. If y is 0, x is 1. So we'll just fix this one up and then we're good to go. So what happens if y is minus 6 over 13? Well, that means we have 3 bracket minus 6 over 13 plus 1. So on my calculator, 3 bracket negative fraction, 6/13 plus 1. So that gives me minus 5/13. So when I'm piecing this together, my other point of intersection is minus 5/13 minus 6/13. So just to reiterate there in terms of the diagram, we have now found the points of intersection to be. Now, this diagram is obviously just a sketch. It's not reflective of anything accurate, but just to explain that what you're basically saying is your minus 5/13 minus 6/13 is one place where they meet, and the other place where they meet is 1, 0. So that's all we're basically saying, that there are two locations where they meet. Okay, and then the second question, question 8. This really is a calculus question, which we'll be, please God, learning this year coming. But it's the algebra side we're interested in here. So let's just look at the diagram, really. That's really all we need to kind of do for the moment. So when we look at this diagram, we can see that the intention here is that x, a box of x or a square of x of each side x is going to be cut out from the box, and the box is going to be folded. So if that happens, if x is going to go from here and here, then we're left with 20 minus 2x. And if x is going to be chopped off here and here, we're left with 30 minus 2x. So they're telling us that the width is 20 minus 2x, which we said it would be. So now I know automatically the length is 30 minus 2x. Now, what's the height? Well, when we go to fold it up, the height is going to be this bit. So that's going to be x. So that's really all that's involved there. Then it says write the volume of the box. Now, hopefully we remember volume is length by width by height. And if that is the case, well, then we're multiplying our length by our width by our height. And when we've all of that done, we should end up with a cubic. And then we'll know what the A, B, and the C is by comparing to what we have here when we multiply out. The only thing we do know is that the A, B, and C are integers. So we shouldn't be expecting A, B, and C to be any fractions. They must be positive or negative whole numbers. Sorry, I just get my pen going here again. Okay, so I'm going to start by multiplying out these brackets here. So we have 30 by 20, so that is our 600. Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys, my pen is not cooperating. Try that again. 600. Oh, not sure what's going on here. 600 minus, oh, sorry. Maybe I'll multiply it out here below. Maybe that'll be better, is it? 600 multiplying out the next two, minus 60x next to minus 40x. Okay, sorry, bear with me. I don't know what's happened here now with the pen. 40x. 40x. And then we have our, let's try it on the side. Technology. 40x. So sorry, we've done the 600, we've done the minus 60x, minus 40x. So now we have to do the plus 4x squared. Now we still have to multiply the x into everything. So multiplying in the x. So the whole way along we multiply. So it's going to be 600x minus 60x squared. Maybe if I change to a different color. Minus 40x squared. Oh, wonderful. We're getting all sorts of extras, added extras. Oh my God. 40x. And now a dog barking just to really add to this. Plus 4x cubed. So essentially here, sorry, I'm going to have to give up with this pen. So anyway, sorry, that's a 4. So essentially you have a 4x cubed. So A is 4. B, well, you're going to have minus 100x squared if you tidy that up. So that's B is minus 100. And C is whatever the coefficient of x is, which is 600 in this case. So that is that for this one.